so wide and true. I know you like the sound of it. I know you love the style of it. Now sit back, here comes riding true. All I gotta say is I love the word bitch. Remember me still hating on Nintendo shit? 3 years later, uncharged shits on Gears of War. Now I don't gotta say I hate it no more. Same review who loves to say son of a bitch became a YouTube star, still don't own a car. You want a review, you don't gotta look far. Prove once again, these sites ain't on par. In Bioshock 2, we return to Rapture, and as most fans of my stuff know, that was not something I was looking forward to. However, once the opening began, I was totally hooked right away, and I was saying to myself, this is what I wanted from the first Bioshock. This time around, you are a Big Daddy, actually the first Big Daddy, and this time we visit once again some crazy ass characters, especially the main antagonist, Sophia Lamb. Oh, you bitch.
Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now,
You know you's a bitch. Well, the point is, Andrew's out of the way, and now she's running Rapture, and she's just as crazy as he was. You, however, are looking for your daughter, Eleanor, and throughout this crazy adventure, like I said, you meet all these different characters, and overall, the story is for the most part interesting, though I do feel it's a little disjointed as it goes fast and slow, then fast and slow. The opening was great, and the last hour of the story is fun to go through. It's not revolutionary, and it's not twist, twist, twist like the first one, but it is overall fun to go through and interesting to find out what happened. My real only complaints, like I said, is it does feel disjointed and feels like kind of like sometimes the story's going full on ahead and sometimes it's just a bunch of filler thrown in. And also, once again, your character doesn't talk, and I get it. He's a big daddy, he's not going to talk, but I really just don't feel the connection between the main character when they have no voice. So that, again, annoys me. But overall, the story is entertaining and, once again, dark.
that's so cool.
If there was one thing I loved about the first Bioshock, it was the atmosphere. It was always its own identity. It always felt original, and it just looked great. And this game, in the same way, gives you the same feeling. It is the same atmosphere. I would say the graphics get little tweaks here and there to make it look better, though I still say the ragdoll animations could use some work. And, you know, some of the textures. But everything else, from the water to the effects to overall just the atmosphere in the city, it does look great. Like I said, the few faults bring it down a notch, and it doesn't look as amazing as when the first one came out at that time, but it still holds up with today's gaming. I won't say Bioshock 2 had a full-on remake, but it did add a lot of small tweaks that really helped the gameplay. The hacking is much better in this game this time, no more of those tubes and pipes and dumb shit like that. Simple, hit the button when you see the right color. Dual wielding in this game really helps the flow of battles. Shooting a plasma and a gun at the same time, oh my god, is like a dream come true. Melee with every weapon also really helps when you're in a tight situation, and you will be when those slicing splicers come up to you and try to kill you. I hate those guys so much. So all these like little tweaks during the game really do help it and just make the flow of battle much better in this game. Saying the little tweaks help, I do like the old things that are still in this game that give it its own identity, such as having those different types of ammos for each weapon really help make you choose on certain situations which ammo to use, and of course having the plasmids, the powers, are just great. Because in this game, I actually feel like I have to use them, whereas in the first, I felt like I can use them or I can just shoot them. In this, you have to use both in most situations. Also, the RPG features such as, you know, upgrading your health, your powers, getting new tonics and so on, really does help, because guess what? Those big daddies are back, and they are still a challenge, and they will still ram your ass with their helmet. Not to mention, big sisters are here, and they are like psycho bitches running around on the ceiling, doing these flaming moves, throwing tornado waves at you, and slicing you to death. Overall, they are a welcome challenge and fun to take down. When you take them down, damn, do you feel good. And so all the old things such as leveling up are definitely needed in this game for later levels. And the last thing I really like in this new feature is protecting the sisters when they're getting the atom. In the first game, there was a section where you had to protect the little sister, and it didn't work out too well. In this game, there's a bunch of different places where they'll extract atom from a dead body, and you'll have to figure out different tactics for different situations, what to set up and what not to put there, and attack the enemies while protecting your little sister. And it's just a lot of fun. It makes you feel like you're actually working to get atom. The only really things I have that say negative about it is that some of the guns feel kind of iffy. Once again, some of them, like the river gun, really just doesn't feel like a good main weapon, and that's the first gun you get. It could have been so much better, and I really don't like that the enemies respawn. They don't really respawn, but say you clear an area, you go to the next and you want to go back to explore, the enemies will be there again. Yes, they're new enemies, but they're a pain in the ass to kill, and this game is very, very hard on you with the ammo and stuff because you only have so much limited cash, and it is just annoying to fight the enemies again when you cleared the whole room about a minute ago. So those are my only real complaints. Overall, the gameplay, the little tweaks and everything are really a welcome addition to this game, and they kick ass. Overall, I have to say returning to Rapture has been a kick-ass adventure. I know a lot of you are probably saying, how could this be? Whitey liking Bioshock 2? You hated Bioshock 1, and it's true. I'm not a fan of the first. I didn't think it was the worst game I ever played. Vastly overrated and just not fun. This game proves to be different. It's more chaotic, more enemies on the screen, more action, and it's just more fun for me. I never felt bored during the whole game, and yeah, it's shorter than the first, about anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, mattering what difficulty you play on, but I never felt bored, and that to me is very important. Not to mention, it does feel like a good sequel with all the new small additions plus the bigger additions, and the multiplayer actually isn't terrible. I can't believe it. It looked bad, but it isn't bad. It's not great. It won't take you away from Modern Warfare 2 or Halo 3 or whatever you're playing right now, but it will, give you a few hours of entertainment. Now, saying that, this is a good sequel. It's not a big enough a difference from the last one to make it a full-blown amazing sequel like some of the other sequels that came out recently, but it is good enough for me to enjoy it and say it is a great game. Hopefully Bioshock follows this and makes it even more advanced and better in every way in the gameplay like this one did for the first, and we can expect a great Bioshock 3. But for now, pick up Bioshock 2 if you were a fan of first, and if you're not a fan of the first, I would say give it a rent, because guess what? I really thought this one kicked ass, and I can't wait to stomp some heads with Big Daddy again in Bioshock 3.